Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something maybe a bit unexpected. When you think strategy, the link between gratitude and actual real growth.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Totally. Most of us see gratitude as, a feeling nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it's more? Like, what if it's a strategic tool you can actually use to build abundance in business, life, whatever?
Right.
We've looked at some sources, especially this one podcast, really pushing gratitude as strategy to figure that out.
And that's really our goal for you today. We want to get past just saying be thankful.
Yeah.
We're diving into how you can intentionally use this feeling almost like a plan to get real results.
So the how.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The mechanics behind turning gratitude from just a nice feeling into a solid strategy. So by the end, you should have a better idea of how to use gratitude as a blueprint for growth in your own life.
Okay, let's unpack this. There's a core idea from the source material that kind of makes gratitude feel more energetic, tangible. They talk about a color of the day. And for this discussion, the color is green.
Green. Okay.
And it's not just money or trees, Here, green means growth, renewal, a specific gratitude energy.
I see where this is going.
Doesn't that make you think of thankfulness differently? Not static, but like alive, a force.
It absolutely does. And what's fascinating is how the source connects this green energy to strategy.
How so?
Well, it basically says that when you consciously stop, pause,
Okay.
and you really focus on what you do have, your resources, opportunities, people, even the tough stuff that taught you something,
Right.
that green energy doesn't just feel nice, it actually multiplies. It grows.
Multiply. How does that work practically?
It's about perspective shift, mainly.
Yeah.
The source suggests that by acknowledging what's present, you're sort of rewiring your brain, moving from seeing lack.
Seeing abundance.
Exactly. And that's not just like positive thinking fluff. It strategically helps you spot and grab opportunities you'd otherwise miss if you were stuck in a negative mindset.
So it makes you more resourceful.
Yeah, more resourceful, more resilient. You build up what you could call psychological capital. You start expecting good things, which helps you attract them.
Okay, that reframes it nicely. It's active, not passive. But what about someone who feels genuinely stuck, like really facing scarcity?
That's a really good question.
How do they go from just seeing what little they have to actually, attracting more
Right.
when that green feels pretty faint?
And that's where the intentionality piece is key. The source stresses starting small, really small sometimes.
Like what?
Like maybe all you can genuinely feel grateful for is your breath or the roof over your head or one tiny interaction that went okay today.
Got it.
That's your starting point. The strategy isn't finding massive abundance overnight. It's the consistent act of acknowledging those tiny seeds of green. Doing that over and over builds new pathways in your brain. It makes it easier over time to spot more good stuff, build better connections, tackle problems better. It's like a compound interest for your mindset.
Compound interest. I like that. We should definitely circle back to that idea.
Yeah.
But first, to really show how gratitude can be a blueprint, the source uses this great framework. It's called STAR storytelling.
STAR, situation, task, action, result.
Exactly. Breaks things down clearly.
Yeah.
And they use it to tell us about someone named Sierra.
Okay.
Sierra's story is, it's a perfect example of gratitude not just as a feeling, but as a straight-up business plan in action.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so the situation. Sierra's a veteran, comes home, wants to open a small fitness studio. She's got the passion, the skills.
There's limited resources, I'm guessing.
Extremely limited. One small room, a few weights. Big dream, tiny budget.
Okay.
So her task is huge.
Yeah.
Get clients fast. She needs the income, right? But she has basically zero money for marketing. Nothing.
Yeah, that's tough. Feels impossible sometimes.
Totally. The odds felt stacked against her. She's trying to build this thing from scratch, feeling all that pressure.
We've all felt that discouragement, haven't we? Wanting to quit.
Right. But here's her action. She thought about quitting, but instead she decides, show up every day, even if just one person comes.
Okay, commitment.
But here's the gratitude part, the strategy. Every single day she posts online a public thank you.
Thanking you?
Thanking that one client who showed up.
Yeah.
Thanking her landlord for the chance, for believing in her. She even thanked her own body for being strong enough to keep going.
Wow. Publicly.
Publicly, every day. A conscious outward act of gratitude.
Okay, so what happened? What was the result?
The result was amazing. That consistent, public, real gratitude, It became her marketing.
No kidding.
Seriously, it was so authentic, so sincere, people noticed. They weren't just drawn to a gym, they were drawn to her spirit, her commitment, her thankfulness.
That makes it people connect with authenticity.
Exactly. And get this, within 6 months, that tiny one-room studio, it blew up.
Wow.
She went from one-on-one training to packed group classes 3 nights a week, built a whole community. Her gratitude wasn't just internal, it actively built her business.
That story really hits home. It shows gratitude isn't just, passive. It's an active strategy. When Sierra focused on what she did have, that one client, the room, her own strength, she was basically sending out a signal, right?
A signal of value.
Yeah, value, appreciation, trust. It made people feel safe, attracted them to her energy. That's the green energy we talked about, multiplying itself.
Right.
She saw assets where maybe others saw nothing, valued them, and that attracted more. It's about creating abundance from what looks like scarcity.
It really makes you rethink needing huge marketing budgets, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Authenticity and gratitude, powerful stuff.
So Sierra's story shows the power. But how do we cultivate this daily? What are the practical tools?
Good question.
Our source gets into some real repeatable methods, like specific breath work.
Right. And this isn't just about chilling out, though that helps. It's designed to create the right state for strategic gratitude.
How does it work?
It's a specific rhythm. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, then breathe out for 6.
In 4, hold 4, out 6. Okay. Why that pattern?
Well, the science bit is that the longer exhale triggers your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest system.
Calming the stress response.
Exactly. It lowers cortisol, calms the brain's alarm center, basically reduces the mental noise.
You can actually think clearly.
Precisely. You shift from being reactive and maybe scarcity focused to a state where your thinking brain, the part that solves problems and feels gratitude, is in charge. It creates that calm space.
A calm heart, they called it.
A place where gratitude can actually stick. The source says this helps stop wealth in all forms, not just money from slipping away, because you're grounded enough to recognize and hold on to it.
That makes a lot of sense, creating the space first. Okay, and speaking of wealth and things not slipping away,
yes,
the source mentions another practical idea, calls it a sacred reminder. It connects to growth, multiplication, the rule of 72.
The rule of 72, often used in finance, right?
Yeah, but here it's framed as, like, the math of gratitude.
Interesting. How so? Well, you know the basic rule. Divide 72 by your interest rate to see how long it takes money to double.
Right.
The source applies that idea more broadly. Think about compounding growth for anything you value.
Like skills or relationships.
Exactly. If you're grateful for a skill and you invest in it, say, practice or learn consistently, aiming for maybe 6% improvement a year.
Okay.
The rule of 72 suggests that skills value or impact could effectively double in about 12 years. 72 divided by 6.
So it's about intentional, grateful investment over time.
Precisely. The message is treat your resources, your time, your skills, your relationships with that kind of grateful attention and intentional investment, and they multiply.
And if you ignore it.
You miss out on that potential growth, that expansion that comes from a mindful, strategic, appreciative approach. It's about respecting what you have so it grows.
Wow, that totally reframes the rule of 72. It's not just finance. It's a life strategy. It really connects gratitude, not just to the now, but to building the future, which kind of leads into the next point, doesn't it?
Legacy and community.
Yeah. How gratitude ripples outwards.
Yeah.
The source talks about this using an example like the Women in Wealth campaign.
Right. The one honoring Shirley Ann James.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From Crestview, Florida. It shows how one person's legacy, remembered with gratitude, can fuel current efforts. It connects past, present, future.
Absolutely. And that highlights that gratitude isn't just a solo thing. It's fuel for connection, for community.
Building together.
Yeah. The source points to partnerships as key expressions of this. They mention Kathy Hare and the unique umbrella effect, things that foster collaboration, and events like the Veterans Ball planned for November 15th at Ruth Eckerd Hall. These aren't just parties. They're framed as like strategic celebrations.
Celebrating community, legacy.
Right. And honoring service, building bonds. It's all rooted in appreciating each other, appreciating past efforts, and using that as a springboard for future collaboration. Things like the Phenomenally Meal Women's Society fit this too.
So acknowledging support becomes a strategy for more support and resilience.
You got it. It's recognizing that real abundance often flows through networks of grateful people working together.
That really brings it full circle, doesn't it? That green energy expanding out into the community.
Yeah.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the big takeaway seems clear. Gratitude is green.
It grows.
It grows.
Yeah.
It multiplies. And if you use it strategically, intentionally, it can genuinely change things. We saw it with Sierra. We see it in these practical tools like breath work, the rule of 72.
It's active, not passive.
Definitely not passive. It's a force.
So the final thought for you, listening in, what does all this mean for your life, your work?
Yeah, the call to action.
Maybe take a moment today. Ask yourself, what am I genuinely thankful for right now? In my business, my job, my personal life. Find that green energy.
Identify it.
Identify it, and then think, how can I amplify it? How can I use that feeling, that awareness of what I do have, to start intentionally blueprinting the growth I want? It's not magic, it's strategy.
Right.
Built one grateful step at a time.
Find those green shoots and nurture them. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the strategy of gratitude.
Yeah, great conversation.
Keep that green energy flowing, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.